A.
Piss take.
Production.
More packed for the Simpson Desert. I'm just going to unpack everything that I've got on the bike, show the setup, and eliminate things I don't need and incorporate things that I do need. So the gear that I'm running, I've gone with Nelson Rigg for a majority of the bags. Nelson Rigg tank bag and Nelson Rigg 28 litre pannier bags. And believe it or not, I'm trying something different with a Nelson Rigg 20 litre backpack, and the backpack is intertwined into a Suzuki 40 litre bag, I think it is. So as I'll just now take it all apart and show you how it works. I've used a few rock straps as well to tie it in together, because the rock straps will be used to hold the fuel bladder. And that's one rock strap there. Another one's on the other pannier. It's the exact same thing. It's wrapped vertically around it. I've got two Nelson Rigg hook things here that I'll show later close up. So that's it. Another two rock straps wrapped around this setup. Now, using the two back strap, back that off, and then I can slide the bag out. This is the Suzuki bag. And that's the backpack, how it sits vertically, and it's got three 1 litre fuel bottles on it. Inside it, toiletries, food, some socks, miscellaneous bike parts, bolts, cooking equipment for the food, undies, spare clutch cable, toe strap, like the toe made out. I just had to interject on the unloading of the bike when I emptied everything out. The camera stopped recording, so I'm going to give a plug for someone that I want you to follow that actually puts in the effort for their videos, and they do a fantastic job, and his name's Curtis, and the YouTube channel's called Another Guy on a Bike. Him and I are going to ride on this 2-week journey, so it's going to be interesting to see a bit of banter and stuff like that. I do have a few pranks that I'd like to prank on him, especially with the headlights and that, so join us on the journey, follow his channel, and yeah, so let's jump cut to the next bit with the bags and we'll go from there. This Suzuki bag, camp chair, which is going to go, 2 air oil filters, 1 litre of oil, and WD-40, it's just mechanical stuff really, air mattress, gongs, first aid kit which I'm going to move, tools, and $14 Big W tent. The reason I went with this tent, it's 1.6 kilos and it's very light. I'm slimming down on all the weight that I'm trying to not carry because the bike is loaded. So that's what's in. That was what was in the Suzuki bag. Now, one thing I need to do, I haven't oiled the chain. It's been cleaned. Oil. I had no Metology Films. Adam, what's his name? Adam Ryman. Let's try his product that he swears by, the Simpson Desert Crossing. I need to Oh shit. These straps, where are they? I'll find it. Here it is. With the 40 litre backpack, and I've incorporated it into this setup where it hooks onto the backpack and you just cinch it down. But before I do that, let's just tie it. I'll just do up the backpack. So that when I cinch it down, the backpack straps, I've got to grab it from this side. Where is it? Here they are. That's one. And the other side. Now, the thing is, by using these type straps, I can also use them to tie the fuel bladder on later. Just like that. And the last bit, I've got to run a diagonal rock strap over the top of it, and they'll be used for the fuel bladders as well. Off the frame diagonally. One. There you go. Stand still, just touches the ground. Not too heavy, but it is what it is for this type of trip. On the back, I carry another two Nelson Rigg straps. There's one here and one here. Pull it tight, and on top of that there's two clips on this bag and two Nelson Rigg bag straps as well, just locked together, and there's another plastic clip that goes on this side for hooking the water bottle. So my water bladder can hook onto the back here, the 4 litre one, once it's filled. The other one I don't know, I'm going to run the two fuel bladders behind me, water here, there may be a water on the left hand top side of this pannier bag, and that should get me out. It'll be difficult for the first day travel, but hopefully by day 2, with the fuel used up, it's going to be heaps easier to manage, but we'll find out. Okay, items. Everything that's packed for this setup. So left pannier, I've got a front and rear Avon inner tube for any punctures. I've got the 2 4-litre water bladders and a 1-litre water plastic bag to fill. Times 3 the 7.6 litre giant loop fuel bags. West Holland self-inflating mattress, and 5 backcountry meals in this bag. They are pretty lightweight, to be honest, that setup for there. For the right pannier, I've got my sleeping bag, thermals top and bottoms, a Hunger Buster meal kit for 24 hours food, t-shirt, underpants and socks, and as I go along I'm going to use the underpants. I'm going to clean the chain down and then re-grease the train. Then I'll re-oil the chain, and the underpants will be used to light the fire and cook my baked beans. 7 backcountry meals in here, so essentially I've pretty much got 12 days of food. That's for dinner. Hopefully during the day I get a nice pub feed or a meat pie from the servo. In the 20-litre backpack I've got my jet boil and gas bottle, and the reason why I carry it in the back, because I've done one trip where I've dropped the bike and it squashed the jet boil, and yeah, it took me half an hour to get the lid out. So yeah, anything cooking wise that can get crushed, I put it on the top. Bike parts, that means bolts and clutch cable. I've got a few other little bits and pieces, a spare gear lever that I've got just in case I break a gear lever. First aid kit, full body wipes for a shower in the desert, and towel at the top, and toiletries. So that's just easy access for that if you want to have a shower and that. In the 40-litre Suzuki dry bag that sits behind me, I've got my $14 Big W tent that weighs about 1.6 kilos. Tent peg mallet, rubber mallet. I know it's useless in the desert for sand, but from here, from Sydney to all the way to the desert, I'm going to need something to bash the tent pegs in. I've got another air mattress, so I've doubled up. So I've got the self-inflating West Holland mattress and then the air flat mattress on top. I just want to sleep comfortably. In there is my tool rolls, and that's all. I've done a video on that with all the tools that I'm carrying. I think I took a couple of items out just to get down on the weight. I do have a spare spark plug and a few little bits and pieces. A tarp, so I always lay a tarp down before I put the tent up, and that means when I pack up, that means less dirt and grit in my bags. A small pillow that I've got from one of those sewing shops. It's like a memory. It was for an old person to prop up their leg, and it worked out that I could use it as a pillow. Set of thongs to take my boots off at the end of the day. 1 litre of oil, 2 air filters, chain lube, and WD-40. The WD-40 is just to clean the chain down, and I'll do that with my underpants each day. And wet weather rain gear is sitting in the top of the Suzuki bag. So that's my list of items. I do have grease, and I do have spare Suzuki front and rear bearings. And as I've noted before, the tank bag has my Fujifilm X-T3 with, I think it's 18 to 55mm XF lens, which is fantastic. I have got a a matte box going on it, and a polarizing filter, because if it's that bright, I want to be able to video and get the right frame rates. So hopefully blue sky and beautiful yellow sands not blowing out, and I captured the destination how I want to capture it. I do have a CB radio, a little GME, and the same as the bloke that I'm riding with, and that's Curtis, and his YouTube channel is Another Guy on a Bike, so I'm going to put him in the description box, so that's who I'm riding with. The other thing is I've got the Garmin 67i for communication, for SOS, and he has the sat nav phone that he's going to hire. I am running a quad lock, and my phone will be on the quad lock with the anti-vibration setup. New oil change has been done when I got that dipstick out of the frame. Chain's been oiled. My tyres, I've already done 1,500 on these Motos Adventure tyres, so tyre wise we'll find out after the end of the Simpson. And fuel wise, it's worked out that I'm carrying, I've got my 14 litres on the Acebus fuel tank, 15, 16, 17 litres. That's standard, and with the two, I've got three 7.6 fuel bladders, which I won't probably fill all away, but I do. It works out that I'm easily carrying nearly 38, 39 litres, minus a litre here or there, which I won't overfill the bags. Or in one case, I might give one fuel bladder to Curtis to carry. It depends on his setup. He's running a hard, heavy-duty fuel. What do you call them? Fuel boxes or whatever, the heavy duty plastic ones. And that is my list of things. On the front fender I do have the, what is it, it's called the Ballard's off-road front fender bag, and that's got a puncture repair kit, a screwdriver, and with the Japanese industry standard bits, and a bicycle pump to pump the tyres up. And I do have, in this tank bag I've got a lighter, I've got two sets of earplugs. I do have to add the flashlight, and I'll air down with an XTM. Recording was interrupted with the tyre pressure tool that I had. With regards to tyre pressures, I'll discuss that while I'm on the road. One thing that I'd like to do when I leave Sydney and I make it out towards the country towns, I might try pick up a golf club and 4 golf balls, and you know, who knows, I might be the first bloke to carry a golf club on the back of my bike from Mount Dare to the Simpson and tee off from Big Red. So that's another little thing that I want to try achieve. We'll see if I find a golf club and 4 golf balls, so I might have to steal it, who knows. So this is the setup that I've gone with. Yeah, Nelson Rigg pannier bags, the backpack. The reason why I went with the backpack, worst case scenario, if I've got to leave the bike behind, I can wear my backpack and just carry this dry bag as well with me, and just, you know, ditch the bike and leave everything behind, which hopefully will not happen. And then the other thing is the bike, being named Priscilla, will officially become Priscilla, Queen of the Simpson Desert. So that's another highlight and achievement that I'd like to tick off the bucket list. Yeah, so there you go. That's my preparation for the Simpson Desert Crossing. And it's not just the crossing. I'm leaving from Sydney to Dubbo to Burke. Cameron's Corner will be the probably first thing to see, to tick off as well. Then go down the Inaminka track, out the Udinata track to the pink service station at Udinata. Then from Udinata to Mount Dare, load up with all the fuel bags. Then go from Mount Dare to Dalhousie Springs. Then from Dalhousie Springs onwards to Birdsville. Should take 2 days, 3 days max. And then we tee off from the Big Red with a left behind golf club if I find one. But anyway, for all the subs that have been supporting the channel from day one, thanks for your support. My goal with the channel is actually just to reach 1,000 subs, and I'm happy with that. I'm not a YouTuber personally. I don't have the patience to go back and forth and do videos. You can see the last cut was, my head was cut off, so I appreciate the support and any little donations that some of the guys have had. This has been a costly exercise to get the bike right, and yeah, thanks for people that support the channel and join me on the journey, and yeah, we'll go from there. So thanks for watching. Bye. That is essentially the setup with the bags and how they're tied down for the Simpson Desert trip. And I guess with the preparation, I've done what I can to eliminate all my problems. I'm just going to burst the walls.